My desire to get married is lower than my fear of divorce. So, as you had said, Dr. Brian, you said it, I didn't say it, I will agree. I'm just taking my time.
You're not taking your time.
I am, though.
You're being very action-based. You're not taking your time. You're being very action-based.
I'm taking my time.
You're being very action-based. You have 8 kids with 3 different women.
Yes.
You are creating, procreating, and multiplying. That is not taking your time. You're being very selectively active, okay? So you're creating, and disclaimer, the kids are innocent, they are beautiful and amazing. Anything I say has nothing to do with them babies, because I can't wait to be a mom, and I love the kids, period. But you are proactively choosing where you want to be active at and where you want to take your time. You want to take your time in having a wife because of your own fears. But you will, and I say this with all respect and love, what I'm about to say next, okay, Cam? But you will selfishly create broken families, even if you're in their life and you're a proactive father, and I believe you're an amazing daddy. I can only imagine with just your presence and knowing you thus far. But these families are still broken.
And it is early in the morning. I'm rushing into the office. I try to leave out by like 8:25, but that doesn't happen. And it irritates me when I'm late. Well, technically I'm not late, but I like to be a little early, and that does not always happen. So I just want to jump on real quick. I'm not going to be able to go too deep, but I'm actually going to do a part 2 to this, because I am going to post the video clip from Cam Newton's podcast. So I have not done that yet, but I'm going to talk a little bit about narcissistic men will always have romantic options. Okay? This is unfortunately a very harsh reality in our modern day society. Dark triad men, so men who are sociopaths, men who are psychopaths, men who are narcissistic, they will unfortunately always have female romantic options. And if they're gay, they'll have male romantic options, right? They'll always have romantic options. And people often ask me why that is. Why is that? Why is it that these narcissistic people just completely run wild? They run rampant. And if I'm being honest, it's because there is an abundance of, traumatized, broken people to choose from. Until people get healthy and whole, until people recognize how these people operate, how they move about the world, they will always have romantic options. Like, I have male clients in my practice, and, it irritates them that these guys, always have a woman, always are out dating, always, y'all, I got my morning voice, always, moving about and meeting people, and they always have options. Yeah, these men will always have options. They will always have women. And let's go here. These narcissistic men, they don't necessarily have to be the wealthiest. They don't necessarily have to be the most handsome. Y'all, men love talking about how you gotta be tall and you gotta have money and you gotta have this and you gotta have that. No, not with narcissism, baby. Not with that one. Narcissism is their superpower. Y'all, I'll move my phone because the way, I don't know if that's gonna be much better. The way the sun is out here. Hold on. Let me move my phone around. See if that makes any difference. But the way the sun is moving around out here is just irritating me. But it's a beautiful day. God knows I'm happy that it's a beautiful day. But the sun is just going every which way out here. So I am speaking about Cam Newton's most recent interview with a woman. Her name is Dr. Bryant. I have watched part of the interview. I have to finish watching the rest of it, and then I'm going to post that clip. However, Cam is, and he's an interesting study. He's an interesting study in narcissism. He's an interesting study in kind of dark triadism. And so what I often tell women, like, study him, study his life. What to me is most interesting about him is how it came to be. Like, how did this come to be? This man came from a 2-parent home. His parents are pastors. Like, you're just curious, like, okay, what happened here? What's going on here? He is not your typical dark triad man. So he fascinates me in a lot of ways. I have done content on him before. It was maybe about 2 years ago or a year ago. If you go back on my YouTube channel, you'll see the video that I did. And I've done content on him before, and he is a fascinating study. He really, really is, because his behavior is not indicative of his upbringing. And it just makes you wonder, like, what happened? What's going on here? But I will say this, you know, he is what I guess men would say is your typical, well, he's tall and he's handsome and he plays football and he makes a lot of money, right? But this is what I want you to understand. Narcissistic men, dark triad men, they don't necessarily have to have all those qualities. It's something about their charm. Like, these men, and this is what I'm going to say to the women. So because of evolutionary psychology, because of how evolutionary psychology is, and it talks about things that are deeply wired in us, right? So for women, we are attracted to masculinity, right? We're attracted to strong men. We're attracted to masculine men. We're attracted to men in charge. We're attracted to powerful men, right? We're attracted to men that are charming. We're attracted to men that are brave and courageous. Like, all those qualities, like the fact that, you know, we're standing in a place and nobody's approaching us but this guy. And this guy's charming. This guy he knows what to say. He applies pressure. Like, you need to understand something about these type of men. And especially now, because men are not doing these things anymore. So for a man to kind of come on really strong, apply pressure, be funny, be charming, know what to say, buy drinks, you know, take you out, the whole love bombing, right? The whole love bombing. So that is very appealing to most women, because we're like, oh, wow, this guy really wants me. Like, this guy really wants me, right? That in and of itself has an addictive type of quality. Yeah, master manipulators are almost always charming. Narcissistic men temporarily rely on their masculine qualities until he stops chasing. Precisely. Excuse me. So understand this. These men, to be honest, they're head and shoulders above other men. They will do the thing that other men won't do. They will walk up cold to a woman, and they have the gift of gab, you know. They're not afraid to buy drinks. They're not afraid to pay for dinner. See, all this foolishness that these other men are out here talking about, this 50-50, and, you know, I ain't trying to get used. I'm not trying to pay for dinner. I'm not trying to pay for drinks, and everybody should go Dutch. Narcissistic men are not going to do that. Okay, so that's number one. They will be the man. They will be the man in every shape, way, and form. And that is very attractive to women. So that's what's so interesting. That's why I tell women you have to take your time, because what appears to be masculine, strong, brave, courageous, all the qualities we like, what's right underneath the surface is selfish, is grandiose, is insecure, is egotistical, like arrogant. See, all that's right underneath the surface of the masculine facade. So I've tried to teach this to women for years. I got sucked into it. The man I married, the first year was, you know, strong, masculine, assertive, you know, masculine frame. This is what we're doing. This is where we're going. The direction, the clarity, all the things. But time will reveal a deep insecurity. Time will reveal a selfishness, a pride, arrogance and a big ego, a grandiosity. But it will also reveal an insecurity. It will also reveal the trauma, the wounds, right? That stuff is coming. That's why you got to take your time. You cannot let these men rush you. You cannot fall for the love bombing period. If you pull back, if you know, don't let him come over every day and send flowers to the job and all that other stuff. If you pull back, it's not going to take long. If you tell them no, it's not going to take long. It's not going to take long for the real them to rise to the surface. And think about it. The way he's done these women, how he's moved, think about it. It is classic narcissism. This classic, it's all about you and I want to be with you and we're going to have all these kids and we'll marry one day. And then there's this devaluing that happens. No, not you. You're not the one. You're not her. Now, I done had 4 kids with you. But no, it's not you. It's not you. I changed my mind. Like, yeah, you're the one. You're the woman. You're the person. Oh yeah, let's have a child. Oh no, it's not you. It's not you. Next one. Oh, you're like, this can go on forever. That's gonna go on forever, y'all. And because his money is long, this whole idea of him saying, oh, I want more children, I want more children. Can I be honest? That whole I want more children, I want more fans. I want more followers. I want a bunch of little people running around with my DNA. And I want all these people in my life to make me look good, to make me, oh, dad bought me this, dad bought me that, dad. I want more worshipers. That is in essence what that's about. My ex-husband, he is the classic narcissistic personality. Having a bunch of kids by a bunch of different women and, marrying over and over. Now, he will marry. That's one thing about him. He's on his 4th wife. He will marry. But if you give him any problems, if you don't, stay in line and let him do exactly what he want to do, he will get rid of you lickety split. He will pay you off, buy you off, and go about his business. So that's what I find so interesting about Cam. I'm really interested to know what is the fear. Like, he admitted that he has a fear of divorce. And so what is it in divorce that he fears? Does he fear losing money? Does he fear losing the woman? Does he fear the woman smearing his name? Like, what does he fear in divorce? Because if I could be so honest, the relationship's in. So what's the difference? I guess it's the money. Like, somebody help me out. Is it the money? Yeah, she said, Don G924 Beat says, yes, more worshipers are needed. Yep. The devaluation is crazy. Yep. Yeah. So that's why I'm always, I'm encouraging women to do their work. Please do the inner work. Please see the forest for the trees. Right now I can see these people coming a mile away. And I'm like, yeah, I'm good. They're like, look, and don't be lackluster. That's the other thing that's a total turnoff. If they try to love bomb you and try to, do all this stuff and you're kind of lackluster about it, if you're not over the moon about their gifts and about their dates and all of that stuff, oh yeah, they're like, oh no, like, this ain't working. This ain't doing it for me. Let me go about my business. Like, this woman is not, she's not super impressed by all my foolishness. Yeah, that's how I handle them now, if I'm being honest. When narcissistic men show up, I'm just lackluster. Like, I'm just like, okay, thank you, right? That's it. I don't do no backflips. I don't get super excited about nowhere they take me, about nothing they do. I just be like, oh, this is nice. They're like, yeah, that get rid of them real quick. It amazes me how people spend their lives manipulating other people. The mind is a powerful thing. Shaking my head. Please do the work. Resist the love bombing. Exactly. Because here's the truth of the matter, ladies. If you haven't been on a date in a long time, if you've dated a lot of, horrible trash, what you consider to be trash men, if you have been lonely, if you have felt empty, right? If you are not happy with your life, you are a prime person for the dark triad man. You're going to fall head over heels. You are a prime suspect for the dark triad man. So you have to have a rich, full life. You have to do your inner work. You have to heal your wounds and your traumas. You have to be about something so that when these people come along, you're like, let me see what you're about. Like, you're not so hungry. You're not so thirsty. You're not so lonely that all of this looks great. But yeah, he is a classic, from the grandiosity, from the insecurity. That's what I think is really underneath. The love bombing of the women, and then the devaluation of the women, having all the kids and coming off like this great dad. This is the part that most people don't want to hear, and they're not going to agree with. I've actually had men come in my comment about this and don't agree with it. You cannot be a good father if you are an awful husband, if you are awful to the mother of your children, if you are, doing what he's doing, if you're a Nick Cannon, if you're a Neo, you are a horrible father. That's the truth that you don't want to hear, because you don't think anything is connected to anything and everything is connected to everything. So you can't treat the mom like crap and be a good father. That's not how that works. You can't abuse the mother and be a good father. You can't have a bunch of kids living at a bunch of different addresses and be a good father. You are a selfish, self-centered person. You cannot be selfish and non-sacrificial and be a good father. The very synonymous word to father is sacrifice. It's selflessness. So, yeah, I've had men push back on this quite a bit. Oh, one doesn't have anything to do with the other, and oh, they have money. Oh, shut up. Shut up about the money, please. Take the money away. Take the money away. And can having 8 children by 3 different women, is that being a good father? Because it's not. I don't care if the money is involved or not. You all need to stop associating money with everything. It's so annoying. It's so childish and immature. The fact that you think money somehow solves everything. Money does not build character. Money does not comfort us. Money does not love us. Money is, it just annoys me. It's really annoying me lately. This argument about money. Nick Cannon is not a good father. He is a broken little boy that is using procreation, that is using female validation. And now let's add another one, child validation. Having a bunch of kids is a form of child validation. Having a bunch of people with your DNA running around calling you dad somehow validates you. It's sick. It's sick. And you're not even a good father. Maybe I would buy that if you were truly and completely an amazing, wonderful father, and you had an intact family and you had a beautiful relationship with their mother. Yeah, I would buy that. But this whole, let me give you my seed. Let me give you my seed. Let me put my seed over here. Let me put no. Okay. No, I ain't buying it. All right. I got to run in. Let me just look at your comments real quick. She said, LOL, no black backflips. No, I'm not impressed by the narcissisms, the narcissistic love bombing. Too much work to do all that manipulation, so much energy wasted. Well, these people have nothing but time. Lord help us, please. Is it me, or does love bombing sound like sweeping a woman off her feet? No, it's totally different. And can I be real? I don't believe in sweeping a woman off her feet. I believe in you coming in slow. I believe in the slow burn. I believe in the fire getting bigger over time. I don't believe in sweeping women off their feet. You're always on point. Thank you. I think it's the insecurities. Yep. Facts. Fatherhood is a discussion to exposure to narcissistic behavior. Yep. There's lots of insecurity underneath the narcissism, people. Y'all think these people are so confident. You notice how I didn't use the word confident? Because these men are not confident. Deep down, they're not confident. It's fake. It's all fake. It's sweeping a woman off her feet, except narcissistic men always do that with women. Good things never happen quickly. My thoughts exactly. All right, but I got to run in here. I got to eat something that I got from Starbucks real quick and drink this coffee and jump into this session. I'm going to do a part 2 because I'm going to post the clip. But what I loved about it is Dr. Bryant, beautiful black woman, beautiful woman. She respectfully, calmly, professionally, right? Remind me of myself. It reminded me of me. She broke it all the way down about what he is doing and how he is contributing to the trauma, to the traumatization, to the, the emotional neglect of his children. Like, I loved it. Okay. I truly loved it. So I'm going to post that clip. I'm going to ask your thoughts. Please, give me your thoughts in the comment. I'm going to do a part 2 to this video. But yeah, I loved everything about it because someone needed to say it. Now, her name may be Mud from this day forward, like, oh, F that B, blah, blah, blah. I can't believe she said that, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I'm sure that's what happened after the tape, after the filming, because that's what narcissists do. They now have to go around and discredit whatever that woman said and how she said it and blah, blah, blah. And then he got all his yes people. Oh, yeah, you right. I can't believe she said that. I can't believe she said that. See, that's what narcissists do. They have a whole team of yes people ready and waiting to blow your ego back up, right? To pump your ego back up because she pricked that ego. She popped that ego. And now he had to be pumped back up. His woman pumped him back up. Yeah, no. Nope. So I'll do a part 2. I hope you all have an amazing Saturday. It's beautiful out and I will be back. Thank you so much. I'm going to answer that question. Why is it so hard for women to walk away from narcissistic men? I'm actually going to answer that question in part 2's live. We're going to do that this afternoon, but I'm going to post a clip of his podcast first. Let you all look at that and we'll be back for part 2. Thank you so much for watching. And as always, stay open to love.